Hi, good afternoon, good morning. I'm looking for a tournament to play a tournament here, so I'm confirming the tournament very soon. Rapid Bridge Arena. Think now it's 8:30. Yeah, we can play this. We have enough time. Um, Nearly 30 minutes to play this tournament. So before that, let me check how the audio and the video is. I hope everything is fine. So let's start with e4. So once I confirm the audio quality is good and video quality is good, we will play very quickly. D4. So going for the center squares. Oh, now we have an option either to push the pawn and grab the space or activate the knight and let's continue the battle in the center. So here what we have to do is we have to occupy the center squares, we have to dominate the center squares by occupying by our army. So d5, it has two edges. Number one is getting the space, but we are giving up the space control. Now we can push the pawn forward. Let's see the consequences. If you push the pawn will be captured, queen will take, and then knight will come up. And I think it's favoring black, so we don't go for that option. So c4, I mean making the center squares more stronger. Activate the army. Let's finish the development very quickly, and then we will think about the plans. Bishop to d3, supporting this pawn. Okay, pawn takes pawn. I can see a double pawns in the c file. Of course, castle. Now we should come up with the plan. mm, I feel like h3 is one of the move to be done because there are two options, knight to g4 and bishop to g4, which can make me in the pin in the future, so we can avoid that. But if you play h3, that is one side, but the other side is can also be attacked. So I wanna just check how many people in the live, how the audio quality and the video quality. I hope everything is fine. I think today video quality is also a bit better. Yeah, everything is fine. I guess everything is fine. So we can continue with our games. So being a blitz game, we should be able to play very quickly. So bishop to g5, we don't get anything, but it's just a provoking move. And yeah, now let's bring the bishop to here. Knight will come to here. Oh, this should be a right move actually. I have seen this similar position. This is a prophylaxis move with the intention knight has to come back. Yeah, I will do the same. So I have seen yesterday the same tutorial yesterday. Now let's start with g3, which will expose the king side. Is that okay? So bishop will be exchanged, but I feel like it's okay. It's okay. Okay, queen takes, and now queen takes, and now the queen will come to here, which is a safe square a bit, and we have to go for g3 followed with f4. Playable, should be playable. Okay, targeting this important square, so now we can go for g4 without any. Ah, not now. Shall we expose the king side? It's okay, we can do this. Attacking the rook, attacking the pawn. um we should not give up the rook, so rook should be a important army to us. mm, So let's push the pawn forward. Okay, let him capture, no problem. I have some other plans for this. Yeah, now let's bring the queen to here, attack the bishop, and occupy the queen in the better squares. And now let's push the pawn. So now we are able to generate some sort of attack. Now we can push the pawn, which is a good option to go for. And also mm, rook takes rook, pawn takes pawn, and then queen to here check. Push the pawn. Is that okay? Or let's bring the knight into the attack. Is there any chance? H g3 playable? Yes, playable. G3 is playable. Push the pawn, and we are giving enough protection here. Oh, planning for the big attack over this. So we have enough time to get the army. So let it capture. Bishop takes. Okay. So we have some other plans here. Let's eliminate these and then capture this pawn. Now we can capture this pawn. I feel like okay, the position is okay as of now. So only thing I can see, and this rook should be brought to here. This is a passing pawn, but it won't create any damages to us because we are going to block. Okay, king backward. Uh-huh. Okay, rook takes pawn. It's a bad move from the opponent. So now let's bring the knight. Best squares. Now it is going to be a passing pawn. Okay, whatever you do. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now the rook will be lifted to somewhere. Oh, we are down by time. That's okay. Let's go for the next one. So we have to see any comments getting. Are we getting any comments or not? So I will come back very soon. So we will wait for the next round. We are playing from the black side. Now we have options like pawn takes knight, which will activate the bishop. But I feel like he has done some mistake. Okay, let's activate the bishop and then let's bring the long castling into the action. Oh, he wants the queen's exchange. So let's go for the queen's exchange. Shall we go for the queen's exchange? No, I don't want to go for the queen's exchange. Does we have better option? So the pawns are, we have two bishops we have to play with. So we have to start, we have to launch a attack, but now it is forcing that you have to proceed with the attack. The bishop is also attacked, so this is a must situation where I should go for exchange, but I can make use of this. We can launch attack by using these moves. So yeah, it's helpful a lot. A lot means a lot. So after pawn takes pawn to be pushed by this, I just wanna open up these blinds. Knight for what? So you wanna exchange my bishop? So I will not let you to do that. I will just have a escaping square for my bishop. I want this diagonal to be controlled by my bishop. So yeah, even white is planning to start an attack, but it's too late, I guess. So what can we do now? Okay, push the pawn and then bring the knight. I'm making things. I blundered. I've just blundered. Just created some open files, but I just blundered. I have to push the pawn forward and attack the bishop, and again push the pawn forward, and I have to create some attack over here. That's the only hope over this game, otherwise there is no hope. Yeah, the bishop come back to the home. If someone is watching the live, just let me know how the audio quality is. I wanna confirm and then proceed with the other things also. So I think audio quality is okay and video quality is also okay, but I'm not sure why no one is watching. Audio quality is okay and video quality is also okay, but I'm not sure why no one is watching. Audio quality is okay and video quality is also okay. Pawn forward check. Pawn takes pawn. What about pawn takes pawn? Pawn takes pawn. The king will capture. Rook check. Should be noted. If we push the pawn, the king has to go to the corner, and then can we make use of it? No, that will be like a blocking piece, and we cannot make use of it. So I have another plan. I have a quite different plan. So now the rook will be lifted check, and I will bring the other rook into the action. That is going to be my plan. So I can lift the rook. Bishop takes bishop. Let's make things clear. Or knight takes. Knight takes should be better. Yeah, knight takes. And then let's bring the rook into the action. Yeah, it's quite enough, I guess. So the bishop is doing some action here, and then the plan is like go to bring the rook, and so we have enough army. The opponent king is exposed, and it will be quite enough for us for everything. I'm not sure. Bishop takes bishop. Let's make things clear. Or knight takes. Knight takes should be better. Yeah, knight takes. And then okay, now bring the rook into the. I have another plan. Not sure whether it work or not. This is in pin. I can understand this, but how can I make use of this? If I bring the rook check, the other rook will come and block, but I don't make use of it. So I wanna bring the rook to the other safe square. Let it be his. Exchange. We have to exchange. There is no other choice. And now rook check. Okay, I cannot capture, I cannot make use of this. Again check. So yeah, I have to give up the game now. So just is a checking whether it is working or not. I'm just checking whether it's good enough or not. Just to use. Let me check the audio quality and video quality. Let's bring the rook into the action. Yeah, it's quite enough, I guess. So the bishop is doing some action here, and then we can. The plan is like bring the rook, and so we have enough army. The opponent king is exposed, and it will be quite enough for us for everything. Okay, so the video quality is good and the audio quality is good. So by the time, let me end the stream. And only one thing I have to check. Maybe if I increase the volume, is whether it will be working very well. I think so. Now it will be very good, quite enough. So this should be quite enough, and we can enjoy this audio quality. I'm sure. I think all the checks I have done are over. Now it's time to. Okay, so the video quality is good and the audio quality is good. So by the time, let me end the stream. And only one thing I have to check. Maybe if I increase the volume, is whether it will be working very well. I think so. Now it will be very good, quite enough. So this should be quite enough, and we can enjoy this audio quality. I'm sure. I think all the checks I have done are over. Now it's time to. Okay, so the video quality is good and the audio quality is good. Okay. So